Hey guys, it's ayebeepee and welcome back to my channel. I have my bachelor's in criminal justice and a minor in psychology, and I'm going to say that for the next 81 videos because I'm just so proud of myself. Also, I'm a board member of a nonprofit called Voices for the Silenced. And we help family and friends with resources for their missing person and do as much as we can, whether that's searches, billboards, or even social media presence. If you need help with something, please reach out to us and we'll do what we can. And welcome back to another Unsolved in West Virginia series. This time I wanted to pick something a little different, and I picked a ghost town. Ghost towns just fascinate me, to know that there's towns out there that just literally were abandoned, and I just think they have a certain energy to them, and it's just such a unique place that time really stands still at. And today we are going to talk about the ghost town Kaymoor. There are two different spellings that I will put on the screen, and the property of the town was purchased by an amiable Abbott Lowe in 1873. He was the managing director of Lowmore Iron Company in Lowmore, Virginia. He kind of just held on to this property until 1899, which is when the Kaymoor mine opened. And these coal mines had the coal and coke that they would supply to local companies. Construction on the town started in 1901, and in 1925 the coal mine was sold to the New River and Pocahontas County Coal Company, which is a smaller group of Burnwine and White Corporation in Philadelphia. Now let's talk about the town itself. It is located in the New River Gorge in Fayetteville, and it's named after James K. and Lowmore. James K. was a Lowmore Iron Company employee, and he was in charge of building this town. He made sure to add 50 houses by 1901 and 45 more in 1902. Along with 17 more in 1905. This town was a segregated town with Kaymoor Top and Kaymoor Bottom. And the top was where the white citizens lived, and then the bottom was where the African American citizens lived. And each section had schools, it had a company store, it had a ball field, and a pool hall. And every single one of these schools, company stores, any of these buildings were in the exact same conditions for the white citizens and the African American citizens. It was really important to the people that built this town that everyone was treated equally. And some things that were not added at all were churches, saloons, banks, or a town hall. There just wasn't enough land around the coal mine to put the town, so that's why you see it broken up into 3 different places on the side of the mountain. There was Kaymoor Top, which I explained most of the white citizens lived. There was the bench level, which was where the mines were and the operation side of things. And then the Kaymoor Bottom, which was where the African Americans lived. And this town had access to the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad, so it was perfect for a coal mine. Now, Kaymoor Top was located at the gorge rim, so they used this area a lot for mountain haulage. And the mines at Kaymoor were known to be the largest and most productive mines in the gorge. From 1900 to 1962, miners produced 16,304,321 tons of coal from Kaymoor 1 mine. The model they used for this coal mine was the room and pillar, and before there was a train added, they used mule-drawn carts to bring the coal in and out of the mine. The mine was connected to the town by a single track incline. It was 30 degrees and 1,000 feet slope. It could lift the workers up this track, so it was easier for them to get to the different parts of the mine. It also would help haul the equipment up the mountain. and there was also a double track incline. This would lower the coal to the processing plant and coke ovens, and it operated until 1962. And there is a staircase that links this whole town together. It is made entirely of wood, and it has 821 steps. With initial operations, this town had 120 coke ovens. It would increase to 202 during World War I. But these ovens did shut down in about the 1930s due to technology just kind of making things easier, and these coke ovens now being useless. So what were the citizens like of this town? People had came from all over to work at Kaymoor. Neighboring state miners wanted to come to this area. African Americans wanted to come to this area because it was one of the only ones that treated them as equal to the white citizens. People migrating from the southeast of the state wanted to come to this town too, and European immigrants coming from the south and eastern countries. The people in this town were known to be really nice but extremely hard workers. And Kaymoor at its peak employed about 800 workers. It was usually paid bi-weekly, and in 1902, Kaymoor paid an average of $30.21 each to about 321 workers. Now, something about this town was it was a coal camp, and for people that don't know, coal camps ran on scrips, not a whole lot of cash. So they would actually split their pay in two different ways. Some cash and then some script for the town. Script could only be used around town, and mining companies are now known to have used this as a source of control over their employees. Not only are they working for them, they are now giving their money back in a way that they can only use to benefit the company and the town they made. In 1926, Kaymoor 2 mine shut down, and by 1952, Kaymoor Bottom had been pretty abandoned by this point. In 1960, most of the structures ended up burning down in a fire, even though you can see the foundation of most of these. And by 1962, the Kaymoor 1 mine shut down also. If you hike to this town nowadays, you can tell that it is completely overgrown by nature. Structures have completely deteriorated by this point because coal and rainwater are corrosive when they interact with each other. So these buildings deteriorated fairly faster than normal. Mining machinery was pretty much abandoned all over this town, and Kaymoor Bottom actually has the most buildings and structures you can see in this area. And it also has been ranked one of the most beautiful abandoned towns in West Virginia. Coal from this town was used to help with U.S. Navy ships, and the town is now owned by the National Park Service. The father of Black history, Carter G. Woodson, and his brother worked in this mine and lived in this town. He moved from New Canton, Virginia to here in 1892, and he worked here until he was done studying at Douglas Junior High and high school. And he ended up being a principal in Huntington. From 1880 to 1910, coal mines took a lot of lives. The deadliest year was 1907, and it took 3,242 people's lives. Kaymoor's mines did cost the lives of quite a few miners, even though it was known to be a safer mine to work in. Some of the deaths were caused by roof falls, fires, and electrocutions. There was actually no explosions at any of the Kaymoor mines. But that is all I have for the town Kaymoor. Have you ever done the hike there? Because I really, really want to. If you have, please leave your experience below. I love to read that kind of stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe for me, and hit that notification button. That way you're notified the next time I upload. I still have a GoFundMe for Crystal Young going, so if you haven't watched that video, you need to, so you can find out why her mom needs this PI so bad. On top of that, I have stickers still for sale. I've got some new ones I'm gonna roll on the screen. They are $2 each, and all proceeds go to the Cold Case Foundation, so it is for a good cause. And thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!